click, clack, let's do it.
Bro, what is going on? What is this?
I don't know, I was stalling for time.
All right, man. Well, now I really understand why this is the last Evo. Last Evo was Matt and Mori. I mean, now you really get it.
That was probably the worst grand finals in Evo history. From the audience, it looked like two friends making a mockery of the biggest tournament of the year.
No, not like that. Yes,
the homie stock.
But if you knew the backstory, you knew that it was the culmination of years of hate being thrown at those two players. But not because they talked trash or because they were community villains. They were hated because they played Bayonetta.
You're making it easy.
They picked a top tier because they wanted to win. Instead, their character tore the community apart. Bayonetta is arguably the most hated character in any Smash game. But the irony is that fans actually voted for her to be in the game.
We've been asking for your opinion on the Super Smash Bros. Fighter ballot, and Bayonetta was the overall #1 choice worldwide.
A few months after winning the vote, Bayonetta finally arrived in Smash, and people were pretty excited.
I can't fucking believe it! No way! Fuck yeah!
Must have
Medusa? No.
Oh my god!
Is that all you've got?
But that excitement was quickly replaced with horror, as the community realized just what the character was capable of.
I'll give you credit.
Oh!
That's it, he's dead. Holy Christ. Oh, take that, Esam!
Oh no!
Take that, Esam!
No way! Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that?
It looks like the shift in power is coming back into Zero's corner, even with all this ridiculous shield pressure. Wow, catching the side B. Oh, we're all going on a ride! Down he goes!
From the brink of death!
Bayonetta shot up to the top of pretty much everyone's Smash 4 tier list. It was clear very early on that she was broken.
He picked it up on release, played it for a few days, and then proceeded to beat everyone in Japan in a huge tournament. Yeah, sure, the player, amazing, but no character in the whole series has ever been that easy and successful to literally pick up in a few days and play it at a tournament of that caliber and just win like that.
Smash 4 had already seen its fair share of powerful top-tier characters, but Bayonetta was a cut above. She was fast, had incredible recovery, and her unique mechanic, Witch Time, made it extremely risky to actually attack her. But what made Bayonetta truly broken was that she had a one-touch kill combo from pretty much anywhere on screen.
The clock make them come to you. Put the screws to, oh my lord.
This
Is
could be
this
fun.
how it
Oh my God.
It is over! Salem snatches victory from the claws of defeat!
She had amazing offense and defense and could confirm her kill combos from almost anywhere on screen. She had almost no weaknesses.
In my opinion, Bayonetta carries players. She's very easy to use, and if you execute everything properly, the opponent just can't escape anything.
So everyone hated Bayonetta pretty much instantly, but that didn't stop anyone from playing her. From pros to casuals, everyone wanted a free win, so they picked Bayonetta.
I don't know why people are so mad about Bayonetta. Look, I paid $5.99, I practiced for a week, I deserve to be rewarded for my dedication.
Bayonetta was clearly too strong, so Nintendo hit her with the Nerf hammer in 2016. And for a while, people thought these nerfs actually worked.
We saw a very big nerf coming to Bayonetta actually within the recent patches, and a lot of people actually dropped her from being possibly or the best character in the game to sometimes even saying that she's not even top 10 or top 20. Like that was the level of change of opinion that some people had regarding Bayonetta.
In the end, the nerfs didn't really amount to much. Sure, it was harder for a casual player to zero to death you, but pros could still kill you for breathing in their general direction. She was still the best character in the game, and no one else could really compete.
Wow. Oh my.
Are you serious? Bayonetta. Like, yeah, that character is just ridiculous sometimes.
Fast forward to 2018, a year and a half after her last nerf, and Bayonetta was still dominating tournaments. The patches had long since stopped. There was no more hope for further nerfs.
Salem! No way, dude. Oh my God, it happened again.
Players were so frustrated by Bayonetta that some regions even considered banning her. And while that didn't necessarily amount to much, people still needed to get their rage out.
Dude, I fucking hate this character!
And who better to take their rage out on than Bayonetta players?
And like during tournaments itself, you get people in the crowd or in the stands, you know, not definitely cheering for the other character that's not Bayonetta. Happens a lot. I've been in tournaments where I've seen, you know, people lost people's hands if they, you know, got 0 to death by Bayonetta or they got mad.
It didn't matter if you were new to the scene or an established pro. Anyone who picked Bayonetta got slammed.
It looked like he was about to be able to live it. Unfortunate for him. What a catch from Captain Zach.
Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh! Look, if you're going to be the villain, you might as well play the part, bro.
It seems ridiculous from the outside looking in, but it really did happen. In most scenes, picking a top tier is just how you win. But there were a ton of factors at work. Between declining viewership and lower character diversity, Bayonetta players were scapegoats, and people took their rage out on them.
Salem almost won. He got all the way to grand finals using Bayonetta. A lot of people saying he's carried by his character, Bayonetta's stupid, Nairo and DeBuzz only got 13th, 17th. This is bullshit. How is this guy winning? I don't know how many of you guys know Brawl history, because if I've learned anything in the past month of casting, it's that a lot of people don't know what happened in Brawl. Salem has won in Apex. You guys know that, right? An international event featuring hundreds of players, the best players in the world.
And as Bayonetta mains kept picking up top placements, the community revved up their hate engine more and more. And at EVO 2018, that hate reached its peak.
Don't want to give a second chance at life because you might not find yourself with one. Captain Zach electric in these openings.
Playing with a little fire and fury right now. So is the crowd. They're playing with a little fire and fury as well.
Both MKLeo and Tweak, two of the best players in the world, couldn't attend EVO that year, which left the tournament with no clear favorite. Well, there was one favorite, Bayonetta.
One of these Bayonettas will be hitting the loser's bracket. One of these will face off against Captain Zach for yet another Bayonetta ditto in the winner's final. We'll find out who it is right here, right now.
There were 3 Bayonettas in top 8 at EVO that year, and 2 of them made it to the grand finals. Captain Zach versus Lima, Bayonetta versus Bayonetta. It was a match that almost no fan wanted to watch, and it was enough reason for most of them to just tune out.
There's always some boos, but most of the people that would boo just left. The crowd kind of dwindled down after that happened. Not even that happened, after that was decided for EVO.
From the start, the grand final seemed a little bit off. See, the players were just kind of joking around with each other between games. It looked more like a friendly you'd see at a local than the grand finals of the biggest tournament in the world. When Captain Zach accidentally self-destructed, Lima gave him a homie stock. He lost a stock on purpose instead of taking the advantage in grand finals at EVO.
All right, so you know how I feel about homie stocks? Right here, Lima can just play hard, get the win, and no one gives him even 1% of the shit that they got for what happened. If he just played it out right here and just played it and won, the people would, you know, they would moan about Bayonetta, but you know, they always moan about Bayonetta. It would just be another tournament. But the fact that Lima went for the homie stock here is kind of what began this whole disaster.
But for the most part, they were actually playing the game until this happened.
Bro, what is going on? What is this?
I don't know. I was stalling for time.
All right, man. Well, now I really understand why this is the last EVO. Last EVO was Matt and Mori. I mean, now you really get it.
They just sat there, charging Bayonetta's bullets and doing nothing for almost 2 minutes. The only reason they even started to play again was because Bear, one of EVO's TOs, stepped in to save the day.
Yeah, you gotta play. Oh, dang! Dang! Yo, Bear came up there with the rules thing.
Wow.
Yo, look, let's go, Bear. Bear MVP of EVO right now.
So basically, they held the B button down and then they didn't move. And then the rules are, if you're stalling and you don't continue the match after being warned, they would have both gotten disqualified. So that was the first yellow card I actually gave at a tournament setting where I explained to him afterwards, that's actually stalling. It's against the rules for all games at EVO. And if they continued without warning, then the winner would have been the person that got 3rd place.
To say the Smash 4 community was unhappy with this grand finals was an understatement. They were furious.
Bro, imagine if I did that. Oh, if I did that in Melee. me and Mewtwo King, I guess. Oh, dude, what would have happened? I would have gotten shot. I think I wouldn't be here right now.
You could see it as just a dumb stunt done by two teenagers who have since grown up and learned from their mistakes. But that didn't stop people from going in. People accused them of ruining EVO, which was Smash 4's biggest and arguably last major tournament before getting replaced by its successor. In many people's minds, Smash 4's time in the mainstream spotlight ended with that grand finals, which meant that, for most people, Bayonetta ruined the game's legacy. As the years went on, many of the high-profile Bayonetta mains retired from competitive Smash. It wasn't just that Smash 4 was dying, it was that they couldn't handle the hate that came with picking Bayonetta. And just a few months after EVO, Nintendo released Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, effectively killing Smash 4 forever. Bayonetta is not the same terror she was in Smash 4. Nintendo learned their lesson and reined her in. She's a shadow of her former self and brings up the lower middle of most tier lists. But Bayonetta will forever have her place in the pantheon of broken Smash characters. She destroyed an entire game, but more importantly, she almost ruined the lives of the people who played her. And no amount of nerfs can ever undo that kind of damage.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring that notification bell. For unique bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit up our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages.